Hello and welcome to the We Will Rank You podcast. This better be good because I just turned off an episode of Pam and Tommy to do this.
Is that good? Is that good so far?
God, it's so great. The stuff about Pam and Tommy is completely boring. They could take them out completely, but the part about Seth Rogen and Nick Offerman getting the tape out to the world is incredible.
Okay,
incredible.
I'll watch it.
Speaking of which, not at all. It's our second ever request episode.
Woohoo.
We do one every 10 episodes. So, God, I can't believe we've done 10. But last time, our lovely readers voted for us to do Blur's Parklife. And this time, they have chosen the Big Star album #1 record. It beat out other albums that were requested to us by Michael Penn, U2, Joe Jackson, and The Kinks. Thanks to everyone who voted. Did a quick tally. Voting is up 33% from our last time, guys.
Oh my
more people
God.
Being part of the solution, not the problem.
Voter turnout is up.
So 4 people voted instead of 3 last time?
Exactly.
Nice.
Well, there's a lot of gerrymandering going on now, so it's kind of hard to tell. But and a big thanks to William Feuer, a guy that I don't know. He's just a listener of ours, and he suggested that we do this album, and lo and behold, it is our winner. So here to rank it tonight. Did you guys have any requests? Sam, do you have any requests in Colorado?
Any requests?
It's a request episode. Do you have any requests?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my God.
I'm just asking in general.
It's being meta about the word request.
Yeah.
You could say like world peace.
No.
Okay, great. Dan, any requests?
Dressing on the side.
And Jim, any requests?
That we get to ranking.
All right. Well, before we rank, let's talk a little bit about the band Big Star, because I've explained to people many times who is this band. It just comes up. People are curious about this band.
Have a seat, youngster. Let me tell you a story.
Right. So I have done this speech in so many words many times in my life. Big Star is at this point, for the album that we're talking about, the mastermind of one Chris Bell, who was a Memphis musician in the late 60s, early 70s. And he had a rhythm section of a guy named Andy Hummel on bass and Jody Steffens on drums. They were recording some music in a studio called Ardent Studio, which was a semi-famous studio at the time. And the guy who ran it was letting these young kids, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids, learn about recording and record their own stuff. And they were getting good at it. And they recruited a guy named Alex Chilton, who had made a name for himself. Yes, Dan? New York Times?
Question in the class. What made Ardent Studio famous? Like what was recorded there previously?
They were working with Stax Records, who at the time was releasing a lot of very well-known soul music. They had their own studio, but they just couldn't keep up with all the stuff that was being recorded. Ardent was doing some of the overflow there, and they ended up having a sort of distribution deal through Stax. And they were so busy, this guy, John Fry, who ran it, was like, I just need people to help. So he was letting local pot-smoking youngsters who showed up interested, gave them the keys to the place, and they could record at night, and they got good.
Thanks, Teach.
So they had a lot of...
Thanks, Teach.
Yeah, no kidding. Mentor. So they had started doing some stuff. They had a band called Rock City, which a couple of them were in, and then they really wanted this guy Alex Chilton in their band, who was a young musician who had made a name for himself being the lead singer of a band called the Box Tops. Everyone who says I don't know them, you say, do you know that song?
My baby,
you know that song
just
that says,
wrote
get me a ticket for an airplane? Everyone says yes. And we had that exact moment in the car, Jim and I, 2 weeks ago? And no, he sings that? Yes, he sings that. He was all of 15 years old when he sang that song, that gravelly voice that sounds like an old person that is not white. Amazing. Yeah. So that was 1967 when that was a huge hit. #1 hit worldwide. He's 15 years old. But so he went out and toured the world and came back, and band was no more, and he started doing his own thing, and he was recruited by these guys to join their band. They called the band Big Star after a local supermarket. And after about a year or so, they got enough stuff together to put out a record. And as if calling yourself Big Star isn't modest enough, they called their very first record #1 record, which is so cool. It was the ultimate critic's darling. Everyone loved it that wrote about music, but it just didn't get out in stores. They had distribution problems. Stax Records was going under, so it became this lost classic.
Wow.
Bell left after just that one album. He was having some problems, and Big Star continued without him, even though it was basically his band. But a lot of people who like this kind of like crystal clean, beautiful pop, I don't know what you want to call it. Some people call it power pop, for lack of a better word. Love this, but not everyone loves what they kind of turned into. But we're focusing on this first record. They're kind of the ultimate cult band in that respect. There's no footage of them playing. There's very little recorded shows of them, but they were highly influential on a lot of bands that we love, which we're going to talk about a lot. It kind of started happening in the mid to late 80s when bands like REM and the DBs were talking about them. And by the time we were hearing about them, which I know we're all going to talk about, there was a whole other crop of bands that we love. But you couldn't get the album forever. And it was put out in England, like in the 80s, and finally in 1990, Rykodisc put it out as a 2-on-1. So their first two albums were on this one CD. And that's how most people in America and most people in the world heard about them. So it was right around that time. Why don't we all talk about how we first heard about them? Let's go in this order. We're going to start with Sam, actually.
So naturally, I'd heard of Alex Chilton through The Replacements. And so...
How's that? How is that?
I'm going to check that off my bingo card.
Okay. Easy. That's an easy one.
For those who've never heard about why you've heard them through The Replacements, why don't you say about it?
Why I heard about them through The Replacements? Because The Replacements have a song called Alex Chilton.
Well, there you go. And everyone knows that.
And amazing song called Alex.
Yeah. So I was on spring break in San Diego in 1988 and was listening to 91X and heard a song on the radio and was like, oh my God, what's that song? I love that. That's an amazing song. Spent the entire rest of the trip listening to the radio to hear that song, because I'm like, any song that's that good, that's new, they have to just play the shit out of it. They didn't. I think I might have heard it before I left, and heard that it was The Replacements. So absolutely loved that song. Thank you. That's a lyric in the song. But still didn't really know of Big Star, even though they were from Memphis, which is where my parents are from. My dad actually, I think, went to high school with Steve Cropper and Duck. So knew those guys. So I didn't really know the band until that Rykodisc release, like you said. They shipped out the CD for Third Sister Lovers, which was Third/Sister Lovers, which are the two titles for the one album of their third album. And they shipped a CD to the radio station KCR at San Diego State. And I was the music director, and I did not add the CD because CDs would get stolen, right. Especially something like this. So I kept it, which is, maybe a little underhanded. I'm like,
way to take one for the team.
If it ever had gotten to the point where we could add CDs, I would have added it. But I believe I still have that CD, and so listened to it. Absolutely loved it. It's a great record, and I hadn't really listened to number one record, Radio City, until I moved up to the Bay Area with friend of a friend, Pat Secor, and another friend of mine. Adam, who is that friend?
Jim Cathcart. Jim C, I mean.
No.
Me?
No. You, that was you.
You.
And so listened to the record, and I distinctly remember sitting in my room in the apartment we shared and listening to it, I think maybe on headphones, and just being in complete awe about the songs that were coming out of there. And little trivia note, one of the songs I wrote at the time that in the band I was in, or contributed to the band I was in, was about Big Star.
And what was that song called?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, in your face.
Great title.
No, it's actually called Number 2 Combo, which is funny now that I think about it, because the song is called Number 1 Record.
That's hilarious.
It's actually not, but okay.
The Number 2 Combo is 2 cheeseburgers, by the way, at the McDonald's menu.
Okay.
Just so everybody knows. No.
All right. Jim, why don't you give us your backstory? This was by the way, this is the album that Jim wanted us to do most on the requests that came in.
So both requests, I wanted Blur and I wanted this one, but different reasons. I love the Blur album, and this one I didn't know, and you always talk about him, Adam. And
I love that this was your top choice because you didn't know it.
Yes, and I wanted to study, and because of all the influences and all the, all the mystique around it for me. So, Adam, you told me about him. You fell deeply in love with him, and I don't know why I never picked it up. So I was eager to do this. Of course, I knew the hits. Can you call them hits? I knew the singles, whatever.
I'm curious, when we get to them, point those out.
Okay. They might be. Yeah, well, I'm not going to. Spoilers. Anyway, I know September Girls, and I think that's it. So when you said people might not dig what they turned into, I have no idea what you're talking about, because the only album I've ever heard is this one that we're doing today. So there's still a mystery to me. I didn't know they were from Memphis. I do not know. Songwriting credits are Chris Bell and Alex Chilton, right? And I think I can guess who's doing what, but I want to learn that along the way. So I'm absolutely in love with your opening, Adam, and the history. That really helped a lot. Can't wait to get started.
Cool. Danny?
Yeah, I was part of that predictable wave in the early 90s, right? Like the album comes out and, I'm reading every piece of music press I can get my hands on at the time without the internet. And every article about every band that I feel like I dig at the time is somehow mentioning Big Star, right? And Adam, I'm curious to get your list, but can I jump into the list that I remember connected to Big Star?
Sure. Hold on, let me get out my bingo card.
Do it. Ready?
Yeah.
Well, the Replacements is the one in the middle. That's the free. That's the free. REM is the other obvious one. The Posies, obviously.
Yeah.
Teenage Fanclub, Elliott Smith, Guided by Voices. And even Counting Crows, I remember when he'd perform Mr. Jones live, the end is, we're going to be big stars. And he changed it to, I want to be in Big Star.
Yeah.
And he even changed I want to be Bob Dylan to I want to be Alex Chilton when he would play it live. And so I was like, okay, hold on. Like,
right.
There's no way that set of bands all absolutely preach. To your point, they're completely shrouded in mystery. They seem to be coming out of nowhere. I mean, name another musical act where a huge laundry list of your favorite artists all name check an artist from 20 years ago that you've never heard of. Like, it just feels like the greatest gift of all time. So like, how could you not go check it out? And
it's like a treasure hunt.
It's the ultimate treasure hunt, right in your backyard. And I bought number 1 record, Radio City. Until today, until this assignment, I could not have told you which songs fit on which albums. I think we talked about that a little bit at the end of last episode. Like, that was a big aha to me. I was like, wait, but where's? It must be on Radio City. And even Third to a degree, although not as much. So that was kind of fun to unpack it and make this album breathe as its own, because it really was just 24 straight songs that I never really bothered to kind of try to separate.
Yeah, I doubt too many people press stop after the end of number 1 record listening to that CD.
Right.
Like, oh, I have to, because,
And I never even bothered looking up where that line was, because I think on the track listing, they don't even draw a line, if I remember right.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll have to go check that out. Adam, did we see them live together? With the Posies?
No.
Okay. I don't know
they did play House of Blues in 94 in LA. Maybe you went to that. I wasn't there for that.
I did.
Or 95 maybe.
Yeah, that's when I was in LA. I thought you were with me, but obviously not. That's kind of my story. I mean, I actually never researched that much about them either. So a lot of that history wrap up was new for me too. And I'm not even sure I can tell you which ones are Bell and which ones are Chilton. I had no idea Bell left after the first album, so I'm going to learn a lot tonight.
Yeah, that's an interesting story on its own, left for some other time. Like you guys, I probably first heard the name Alex Chilton and Big Star in the Replacements song. But like Jim and I were saying, a lot like we both heard Arthur Lee's name for the first time in Lloyd Cole and the Commotions, Are You Ready to Be Heartbroken? I don't know when I first knew who that was. I loved that song, but I didn't have a way to check out who he was at the time. So it had to be 3 years later. Like when all these bands that we were just loving so much, namely the ones that you mentioned. I guess if it was around 1990, it would have been Posies, Fanclub, Lemonheads were like the big three that mentioned them a lot. So I worked at a warehouse, the warehouse. It was a record store chain on the West Coast, and I had a manager. The first one I ever worked at, named James Cobb. He was kind of like a big brother to me, and he introduced me to all kinds of great music from the 60s and 70s. And it came out. He thought I would like it. Made me a tape. And I absolutely loved it. And it was just the perfect time to get into them because so much was happening with those records finally being reissued. And it was right around that time that they were offered a chance to reunite. That meant that basically Alex had to agree to do it. And the drummer was up for it. The bassist doesn't play music anymore, so who are they going to get? Well, they got two guys from one of my favorite bands, the Posies, which endeared me and got me even more curious about them. So my feelings about them are so wrapped up in these young guys our age getting to play with their heroes, and how I just loved the your dreams coming true idea of this. So my feelings for them are more wrapped up in that than the music in a lot of ways. I met so many people online that were into these bands as a result. And there are just so many great people and friendships that I made as a result. So after that happened, I was working for, funny enough, Counting Crows Management in LA. We had seen them at the Fillmore. Our other roommate, Pat, and I went and saw them at the Fillmore, and it's one of my favorite shows of all time. Like, everybody there was so psyched. Some people had been waiting 20 years to see this. And it was just incredible. And working for Counting Crows Management, they were actually an opening act that night, a secret opening act that night. And at our office, we had all these posters of they had just sold out 5 nights at the Fillmore, and they had the 5 posters. And I said, oh, you should get the one from when you opened up for Big Star. And they're like, yeah, can you make that happen? Can you call them? And I was like, yeah, it was like the best job I ever did at any job in my life, calling the Fillmore, telling them who I was with and saying, can you send me over a bunch of posters? And they did, and had enough for me, which was so great. But yeah, I was a total nerd for them. I was on email mailing lists, and there was actually a zine, which I saved. I can't believe I've thrown out so much, but I did save these back of a car zines that I'm holding up for these guys to see, and even wrote an article in one about going to see the Box Tops, Alex's old band, reunite. Did see them one more time up at Bumbershoot in Seattle. So got to see them in an actual arena, which was so surreal because what they make is basically classic rock. It's early 70s rock. Yeah. And to see them in front of that many people that would appreciate it, it's probably one of the biggest shows they ever played. In England, they were hugely appreciated. So when they played it over in England, they were also a huge deal. And then years later, 2010, I was walking on stage to play a show, and my friend Melissa texted me from Seattle that Alex had passed away, and I was like just mortified, like collapsed practically, and could barely try to do my little comedy show that I was stepping on stage to do in literally 30 seconds.
That's rough. And
kept on working in Big Star lyrics into all these songs that we were doing that nobody cared about.
How old was he?
He was up there. He was in his 60s, I think.
60s or 50s.
Okay. Chilton?
I think he was born in 50.
Hold on,
so
I got it.
That would make him right around 60.
59. Yeah. March 17th, 2010, age 59.
Yeah. So a friend of mine asked me, hey, would you want to do like a set of Big Star songs since he passed away? And I was crazy getting ready for this other show. I said, if you can throw it together, I know guys that would do it. And we put together a group of people that loved them, including our high school buddy, Tim Soedy, who was a guitarist who had switched to drums years ago, but picked up his guitar just to play Big Star songs. It was such a fun night. So we had these like all-star cast of people, and it was called A Little Big Star, appropriately. Just near and dear to my heart. Also,
what song was the highlight of that night?
Ooh, we'll get to one because I haven't seen video of it. There's a couple of videos on YouTube that Tim put up years ago. But we closed with Alex Chilton, and that's up on YouTube, and it was pretty great. Funny enough, this is one of the last albums I ever bought on vinyl. When I moved into an apartment 6 years ago, I made my whole apartment black, white, and orange, and had this idea to have a checkerboard of 9 black, white, and orange albums, and I had the Spinal Tap album, and I had the Big Star album. And I can't remember what my third black one was. I'll have to look that up. But anyway, so that's about it.
Metallica?
Let's get into it. Anything else to add, young fellows?
Oh no,
no, we're doing worst. We're doing worst to first, right?
We're doing worst to first. So we're gonna each go and tell folks what our least favorite is on this record. Sam, why don't you go first?
Okay. All right.
There's one right answer.
Oh boy, here we go.
There's only one right answer.
There is one right answer, and I got it wrong. I'll tell you that straight off because I have a feeling I know what the rest. I have a feeling I know what the rest of y'all are going to say. Mine is my number 12 is When My Baby's Beside Me.
Wow.
It's and I will say that my line is underneath 12. I like all of these songs. There's not a song on here that I'm like, wow. This one has the genius rhyme of doctor with locked door. It's like I saw that when I read the lyrics. I don't think I knew what he said before, but when I was doing my homework, reading the lyrics, and I was like, doctor, locked door. Wow. Okay, that's
works.
good.
I'm gonna maintain that works.
Right. It does. It's not a shoehorn. He's not like, he's not twisting the meter or anything like that. It works. And I was like, wow. Okay, that's awesome. I like it. I just don't like the song as much as I like the rest of the songs on this record.
Wow.
That's my number 12.
Okay.
All right.
I could have told you exactly what song. I thought Dan and Sam would have the same last place, and I know what it is. I knew what it was.
All right, Jim, you're next.
I'm next.
Mm-hmm.
Last place is definitely the India song. There's no question about it. The India song. My God. Can we all just take a moment and teach somebody to rhyme his lyrics, because it is the most saccharine, sweet, just and what does it come after on the album? It is such a letdown from the song.
Don't lie to me.
Oh, it's just like wah wah wah, and I thought for sure. Anyway, Sam, I thought for sure this is going to be your last place, and you were going to compare it to the Red Telephone from. I will be completely honest that somebody in the group chat the other day said there's a clear last place, and I'm like, they're thinking the India song. Yes,
and I actually don't hate it.
I don't know how you don't hate it. The line for me, I will listen to 7 of these songs again and love every single one, and the other 5 I'll just I'll move along. All right,
Dan.
My last place song, y'all, is neither of those.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
My last place is In the Street, which is a very repetitive song. It's got that one riff, which is okay, but it's not an amazing riff. And it's that riff again and again and again. That kind of like in the groove kind of sound. There's way, way better songs on this album that do that. This one's never done anything for me. I didn't go into the album thinking it would be last, but once I heard everything else, I'm like, it just kept dropping.
Wow.
And as an added bonus, it's the theme song to a show that was an absolutely terrible television show. Never good.
That was on for a long time.
So I'm happy.
Way too long.
It probably made Big Star more money than any of their album sales. So that's a plus. But
I never watched that 70s show, but nothing that I saw, no clips made me want to watch it.
Yeah, it's one of those classic Big Three network sitcoms with a laugh track that is not funny.
The first, I don't know who did it first, but I guess there was one version of it, and then the next version of it was done by Cheap Trick.
Correct.
And then they're all right at the end of it is from a Cheap Trick song.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it sort of like Big Bang Theory? Because everything I've seen of that is like
that is literally the show that I equate it with.
Okay.
It's that exact
it's on
same.
for forever.
And I will, gosh bless the Bare Naked Ladies. They're horrible now, but get that coin. Those guys are so rich from that show, and I love it.
Oh, are they? Good for them.
Oh yeah, they did the theme for that.
Big Bang Theory is great. Will Wheaton is on that show.
No.
If you're gonna make that's another
Big Bang Theory.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is, dude.
That's because you stopped watching after season 1. Season 3 through 6 with Will.
Oh my God! Anything that has Will.
Last weekend we were playing a game, and it was this game where like you had to guess the liar, and the hint that came up was basically like which show do you secretly kind of like, and the liar doesn't know like what the actual prompt is, and so my answer was Big Bang Theory, and my wife was like, liar, he's the liar, because there's no way he likes Big Bang Theory.
Will Wheaton's not on that show, Jim.
You're thinking of Star Trek. They're both space.
So I've seen almost every episode, and I guarantee you.
Okay, guys, this is a separate podcast.
Yeah, definitely. Can we please get back to the worst song being India song? Because Jim is totally right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No. So yeah, we've got the Ren Fair flute. This is Andy Hummel. This is the bassist song. The thing I love about this song is that it's a bunch of guys from Memphis fantasizing about being the Beatles. They want to be the Beatles musically in a lot of ways, but here they are even going so far as to wish that they go through their inner light phase where they go to India and he's basically talking about the 1968 Beatles visit, which is so cute to me that they're just stoner kids in Memphis and this is their fantasy.
Wow.
And they're making this album that is totally British influence, and this is part of what they want to be.
Although instead of doing LSD and meeting with spiritual leaders, they're drinking gin and tonic and playing chess.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think it's about that at all. It's like the lyrics don't hold that up. To me it's not about the Beatles. I don't know where he got the India thing. I'll talk about it later, but I mean it's they're in Memphis. India's on the other side of the world. Like why do you need to go to the other side of the world to live in a white house and drink gin and tonics and play piano? Yeah. You don't. I mean,
because George Harrison did.
Right, but that's where it comes from. There's no way these. I mean, there were lots of kids were getting into like spirituality and things like that in the late '60s, early '70s. But it's just, I love that it's Southern kids that are getting into something that's so not Southern culture, basically. But that's so funny that that's the line that you think of, because for some reason I always remember in the early days of the internet I saw an interview with Eric Dover, who was the guitarist for Jellyfish, and it was I was like dial-up modem waiting an hour to watch a 30-second clip type thing, and somehow he was answering questions and he said, well, we all want to like go to India and drink gin and tonic and play grand piano. And I was like, oh, look at this guy. And he was from the South too. So I thought that was, I always thought that was a cool reference. Thanks, Eric.
I love the follow-up line too. Read a few books. Just read a few books.
Oh my God.
Very particular.
All right, Sam, what's next?
Next for me is Don't Lie to Me.
Okay.
Oh, Dan.
Oh my gosh, so just to be clear, you're the enemy of Fun Big Star. You don't like fun big star?
Fun big? I guess not. Yeah, I guess. I mean, looking at it, yeah.
You're thinking of the band Big Fun from Heathers.
Oh, right.
Nice. My main beef with this song is that it comes after 13. Because 13's such a beautiful song, and then it's into this, and I'm like, it's such a vibe crusher that it just kept moving down. And on the repetitive tip, it doesn't really do that much for me. It's super angry. It's got lots of Run for Your Life vibes. If we're talking Beatles, it's the segue after 13's terrible. It's okay if you remove it from next to 13, but it's just like a shouty, angry rock song, which is fine, but it's not what I'm even going to dig for when I need some rock. So for me, it's 11.
Sam, I knew you were going to talk about the sequencing on this album, and in a negative way. I totally agree. That's the only negative. Number two, that, you know, the Beatles you got right, but the wrong song. It is the
Say it. Let's see if we have the same one.
It is the chorus to I, Me, Mine. I, me, mine. It is that. And I don't like that chorus, right? I like the rest of I, me, mine, but when they break into the chorus, it's just, anyway.
Yeah, it's
opposite.
I'll save my Beatles reference, which I literally have written down for this song for later. That's amazing that we all have different ones. But I'm going to pull a Jim right now and say, I so badly want to respond, but I'll wait my turn, which is going to be a while from now before I can talk about the song.
Christ, I know. Wouldn't it be great if we could talk about them? Okay, so am I next? Am I next after Sam? I think I am.
Yeah.
It's not Don't Lie to Me. It's whatever ST100 divided by 6 is. What the fuck is this? We had an unbelievable ending to an album, and then we put this, and it's okay. I don't know what it is, but it's not Her Majesty. That's for sure. It's just some Crosby, Stills and Nash throwaway.
I put the same thing,
and it's not. and why does it belong here? And please make it go away. Anyway, it's number 11.
All right. Well, I agree with you that it's number 11. I completely disagree with you about it being not worthy. It's absolutely lovely. Those harmonies are glorious. It's some of the best harmonizing on the album. It's beautiful. It's just a fraction of a song. No pun intended with the title of it. It's not a full thought. Like, it's an outtake. I agree with you, Jim. It's insane to end the album on an outtake. It's insane. They should have tucked it somewhere in the middle to get on the Sam horse of the sequencing. I have a confession to make. With number one Record City as a single CD, I honestly, guys, did not realize this song existed. Like, somehow when you're listening to 24 songs, you know, and I'd always put on the CD and play it all the way through. There's a point where you tune out a little bit if it's not grabbing your attention. When this song came on, I was like, what's this? And then 58 seconds later, it was gone. So it definitely couldn't go too high because I didn't know it existed. But I do think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's 100% Crosby, Stills and Nash. And one thing I will say about this album, when we're talking about like fun Big Star versus, you know, weepy, emotional Big Star, like, I really am in awe of how those two coexist on this album. I think there's very few bands that do both of those amazingly well. And actually, the top of my rankings are those two genres, like, duking it out. I found it really hard to say, like, but do I put like a fun rocker higher, or do I put like a weepy?
Yeah.
I mean, the Beatles, honestly, tell me how many other artists really have like a laundry list of both that are genuinely amazing. I feel like most artists have a strength in one, and they've got some decent ones in the other, but like, I was fascinated by that. And so this just to me encapsulates, it starts to hint at just how great they are. It's just this. So this is just total Laurel Canyon vibes, right? Like I can't believe this is a Nashville band that all in the same album has, Don't Lie to Me.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the sequencing, to your point, it goes back and forth, right? It's Bell, Chilton, Bell, Chilton, Bell, Chilton, and then, all the way through the record. And so, yeah, it's
with one Ringo thrown in.
With one Ringo thrown in, the India song. But it's really interesting how it happens and how it kind of meshes together in some parts.
Mm-hmm. So my number 11 is My Life Is Right. And it's pretty, but there's nothing that super sticks out for me. I love that their hook is, and that's right. I don't know, something about that I love. This is a Chris Bell song that he actually recorded with Rock City. So this is like an earlier incarnation. Some of these songs were recorded with another band. There's one harmony on it that's this super high soaring harmony, and every time I would hear it, I'm like, Jim's gonna love that part. That's Jim's favorite moment.
You are my day.
That's a Jim Kafka, Jim C harmony if I ever heard one. All right, that's it for me. Sam.
All right, my number 10 is the India song. Finally got there. I too would like to live in a house in the forest and drink gin and tonics and play piano.
Yes, thank you, Sam.
Like, what's not to like?
Nothing.
And which is exactly what he's saying. Like, he's not really saying much of anything. And my parents are from Memphis. I've been to Memphis. You can do that stuff in Memphis. Like, you don't have to go to India. Like, that's the weird part. I don't understand why India has to come into it at all. And I mean, does he even mention India in the song?
Yeah.
I'd like to go to India.
Oh, I'd like to go to India. Well, first lyric. But aside from
that's how quickly you tuned out.
Right. Well, no, I mean, like, that's it. Just like I'd like to go to India, and then like the rest of the song is just like this vibe, find a new girl and all that stuff.
But
and then
in defense, so first of all, he's talking about getting far, far away. But there is like that British settler in India, like the white palatial palace, drinking the gin and tonic because I'm from Britain. Sure. I brought the piano over,
Sure. Yeah, and that. I mean, anyway. Thinking of it in that light, it is worse because it's like you said, like that colonial vibe of like, oh.
It was the early 70s.
That's
it was all
terrible.
They hadn't come around yet. It was more the exotic vibe.
I think India was its own country by then, so it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't. It had been liberated from England, so yeah. But I like the flutes, like the Ren Fair flutes and stuff like that. I especially after Don't Lie to Me. For me, it's the revenge, right? Like Don't Lie to Me harshes the vibe from 13, and then you go right into the India song, and I'm like, absolutely, like, fuck you, Don't Lie to Me. You were too hard right there. You need to go away. Like, absolutely, fuck you.
Wow.
Bring out the flutes.
Bring out the flutes, motherfuckers.
These flutes are looking for a knife fight, an alley fight.
These flutes are made for fluting or something. I don't know. So that's India song's my number 10.
My number 10's Don't Lie to Me. And Sam, I like what you say about if I want to go rock out, this is not what I go to. Like every rock and roll, cool, I don't want to say the word aggressive. That's not the word I'm searching for. But just freaking tough.
Aggressive.
Tough. No. But the word I'm searching for is no. The word I'm searching for is tough. Any time I want that itch scratched, I'm not going to go here. It's just too repetitive, and I will listen to bad soft rock over bad hard rock.
Yes.
Any day. So that's why this goes down to number 10.
That's a key difference between us. That's really interesting. I would go bad hard rock over bad soft rock any day.
Yeah.
That's a fascinating. That's a good personality test. I like that. That's what makes this podcast work, right there, Jim.
Thank you. That's my number 10.
That's my cue. Right. Oh boy.
Dan.
Okay. That's actually an amazing segue, guys, because you know that feeling you get when you're about to break up with someone, and just like you are nervous, you don't want to do this.
Dan, I've been trying. Okay. Can you just? I just want to. Sorry.
This is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you, Sam. My heart is literally speeding up right now, you guys, because this is going to be bad.
Oh,
I know it is.
It can't be worse than In the Street being last, but
I've got to speak my heart, and I've felt this way a long time. My number 10 is 13.
I figured.
Yep.
So see you guys later.
I knew it. I saw the signs.
Jim's
See you
pissed.
guys later.
Jim's pissed.
Look, I do like weepy, emotional, big star, but this song ain't it. This song has never connected with me. Now, there's obviously some great parts. The finger picking is beautiful. The backing vocals are pretty, especially I like when they get underwatery at the end, right? They start to kind of warp them a little bit. The melody does not grab me. I like that they name check Painted Black. I think that's cool. I like Chilton on other songs, but on this one, I know he's aching, but it's just doesn't grab me, guys.
Did he write this? Are we doing that?
Yeah.
I need that info.
No.
Okay.
It just doesn't connect with me. And I was like, don't be shocked, don't be the shocker just to put it low. But this is honestly where I put this song. I never go to it, and I've never understood how it's one of their biggest hits. So you guys will have to school me on it.
Wow.
Sorry. I hope we can still be friends, though. I would like to still see you as a friend.
I'd like to say let's see, but I think it's over.
I get that a lot.
All right, Adam.
All right. My number 10 is SD100/6. I totally forgot to look up what it means. I'm sure I read about it at some point, but cannot remember.
I love that we don't know, actually.
Yeah.
Let's leave some mystery in our life. It's the only song on the album credited to Chris Bell and Alex Chilton for whatever reason. I had it a lot higher at first, and I assumed that everyone was going to put it last. But I love when bands are willing to take half of an idea and put it on an album, no matter where it is. I love that to make it on an album, a song doesn't have to be this perfect thing and sit on the cutting room floor. And to put it at the end, sure, why not? There's a few songs on this album that don't say a whole lot, and that's fine. It's just this vibe, and that's definitely one of them. And yeah, that's obviously the harmonies are beautiful. So I like it. Yeah, it's not Her Majesty, but I'm sure they were thinking, hey, if the Beatles can put a short song on the end of an album, we can do that. So why not?
My number 9 is ST106.
Wow, 9. Impressive.
Yeah, it's got a little stalker vibe in the lyrics, but and to your point, Dan, like you said you didn't remember it. I remembered it, but I didn't realize it was so short. Like it started like listening to this one because I just cut this and put it, just made my own playlist of this album, and then I was listening to it and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this song, and I was like, it's over. Like that's it. Okay.
That's what I did the first time. I was like, wait, I totally missed it.
You can go a lot farther with this. But Adam said he forgot to look it up. I just looked up really quick on song meanings, and someone said it's an imaginary catalog number. ST-106. Big Star and especially Chris Bell wanted to include this brief song as the last track on number one record as a kind of Beatlesy move, like Her Majesty at the End of Abbey Road. The title came from a half-serious in-joke they had with Stax and Ardent. The album was taking a long time to come out despite being ready to go. They had been joking with the Stax and Ardent folks that they would put it out themselves on their own label, and they're like, hey, we even have a catalog number, ST-100/6. Put out our record now, or we're going to ST-106 with this thing. Once the album was finally getting ready to come out, they used their in-joke imaginary catalog number as the title for this last track of the album. So,
all right.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Thanks, Internet. Might not be true, but sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. It's excellent explanation. But yeah, when you guys said Crosby, Stills, Nash, absolutely, that absolutely pegged it. Yeah, it's better than the. I liked it better than the other three I had below it, even as short as it is. So that's my number 9.
My number 9 is Try Again. And Dan, I will listen to bad soft rock over bad hard rock any day, and that's why this is over Don't Lie to Me. I wrote the same note for each. Really struggled with this one on my runs doing homework, just mile 6, and you just need something to keep your legs moving, and this comes on. There is a great chord change in the chorus. And it always reminds me of this Foo Fighters chord change they use in the song Up in Arms, and it's just that, and that's a great song. So it was number 9, not number 10, but it's down there, and I'll let you guys talk more about it when it gets to you.
Well, here I am with the highest ranking for the India song at number 9. It's a good change of pace. I like the change of pace. I like that all of a sudden we've got this flute, we've got this exotic vibe. I feel like it's like cartoony, like we're on a safari in the Indian jungle, we're atop elephants. Like you guys already mentioned, but like the lyrics are so over the top earnest. It actually totally reminds me of, if you remember the scene in Elf, where he's talking about how elves love to sing. Yes, I'm in a store and I'm singing. Like I'm literally going to just describe exactly what I'm doing. That's totally.
And guess what? I love you. I love you. I love you.
Yeah, his phrasing in parts is just, this is not two of the main songwriters.
I mean, that's what this is.
It's good to know, Adam.
There's something about it in the middle of the album that this album goes in a lot of different directions, and so this song works in that context in my mind. We're just heading in a different direction, and anyways, I hear you. It's like it's an outdated, problematic India equals exotic, like we talked about. It feels very like 70s Disney, like, hey, we're going to just totally appropriate that. But I don't know, it feels charming in its own just completely naive way. So
the lyrics, like as you were talking, I was like, the lyrics kind of read like Holden Caulfield from Catcher in the Rye, just like very like
but not angry.
I mean, maybe they are. Maybe, I'd like to leave everything around me and just go and drink gin and tonic.
He's gentle. He's not angry.
That's not angry, but it's
no mention of phonies.
Get me the hell out of here.
Phonies, love it. My number 9 is Don't Lie to Me, and you guys pretty much nailed it. It is repetitive. I mean, it's okay for what it is. They can rock. Watching them do this live, way better.
Yeah.
But listening to it, I'm like, it's okay. It's repetitive. The middle part with is probably the best part. There's just chaos. It's like a noise solo almost, where you hear, and I want to see, I hear like sound effects of cars crashing and just all this crazy stuff, which is really fun. Interesting bit of trivia. Don't think it's on YouTube anywhere online. When Matthew Sweet was kind of first touring Girlfriend, he covered this, and I had a bootleg of it.
Oh,
and
that makes a lot of sense.
And yeah, it kind of fits into that kind of raw blues rock that he was doing. When someday we'll probably do that record, but it's almost hilarious how much blues rock is on that album.
Yeah.
And I never think of him as a blues rock guy, but that it totally is. So
yeah.
Anyway, that's my number 9. Oh.
To your point, you can rationalize the song all you want, but if you're at a live show and someone busts this out, you are waving your fist.
Yeah, it's a great riff. It's a great riff.
Yeah. Gosh, which song does it remind me of? Off of Girlfriend.
I mean, Girlfriend a little bit.
Yeah, I'll have to like come back to that, but yeah, it's the sequencing on it. It's in a really weird place, but it's a good rocker. But anyway, number 8 for me is Feel. Really great album opener. I love it because it just comes into that chug. Like, it starts, because when you put on that album, you put on that first tune and you're like, okay, what are we in for? Right. And especially back then, like you bought the vinyl and you put it on the record player and you just ching, 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 and it just chugs in, and then bam, everybody into the pool. It's just like they're off and running. It's so good. Like the drum fills are great. The sax bridge is ahead of its time, because it feels like the sax bridge feels really 70s, and this is 72. I'm thinking like later, like Stones, Saturday Night Live saxophone type of thing, Bowie type of saxophone.
I cannot believe this was not the inspiration for SNL's opening credits. Like, yeah. I even looked that up online, and it's actually like there's different theories on like what the influence was, but I'm like, how is it not this? That sax is total.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But I mean, again, I've got 7 songs that I like just a little bit better or a lot better. But yeah, fantastic album opener. Loved it. Breathe loud.
Jim has to exhale after that.
So my number 8 is My Life is Right. Once I walked a lonely road, and then you immediately think England Dan and John Ford Coley.
Once I walked a lonely road, I had no one to share my love, but then you came and showed the way, and now I hope you do stay.
And I mean, soft rock, and then the chorus kicks in. You give me life, you're my day. All in caps, Adam. All in caps, day. And that's why it rises to number 8 in my book. It's still below my line, guys. We've reached my line. Everything, the rest of my list, I'll definitely listen to over and over again.
Interesting. I did not mention my line. My line is under number 10. So 13 is above my line, guys. Let's not panic. But
13's under your 10.
13 is my 10, and the line's under the 10, above the line of 100
13
over 6.
Or 6.
So is that 1,300 hours?
Go.
That's only when military. Yeah. My number 8 is also My Life is Right. Jim, you nailed it. Yeah. Don't have anything else to say here, except, Adam, you mentioned it is funny how many songs on this album, the lyrics are just sort of like, like if we were in a songwriting workshop and I was the teacher and someone said, what do you think of this, Teach? You give me light, you are my day, you give me life, and that's right. I'd be like, nope, you got to go back to the drawing board, buddy. You don't have anything yet. And I could say that about another 5 songs on this album, but it works when it all comes together. And this is a great example of like middle of the road. I like it. It's fun. They put all the pieces together in a way that it works. They hit those harmonies, like you mentioned, Jim. So it's right in the middle of this album for me.
My number 8 is My Line. So from here on up, I'm super in. And my number 8 is Give Me Another Chance. And it's interesting. And we've had this discussion before about bands like XTC and the Posies, where we've heard them a million times and we might not even know who sings what. And this is kind of one of those albums. I know that Chris has got kind of like a higher, I don't know how to describe the tone of his voice. And I'm so used to so many other things that Alex did outside of this. You'd think I'd be able to tell them apart, but oftentimes I can't. And there's these 3 mellow songs in a row in this part of the album. Yeah. And I never really knew who sang what. So this is an Alex song, I think. Yeah. Well, it's an Alex song. It's credited to him, but it sounds like Chris is singing it.
Yeah, it does not sound like Alex.
Which is what I think is the case, which is interesting if that's what it was, if he was willing to like say, hey, you sing this. I mean, that's what the Cars did. Rick Ocasek wrote all those songs and Ben Orr sang tons of them. But it's such a fragile, apologetic song. And Alex Chilton is known for being this insane curmudgeon. Like Paul Westerberg style and like so many others. So for him to be in this really like fragile place with this band and then like disavow it for 20 years until they finally reunited. And even after they're reunited, he'd be like, I don't really want to do it. So to hear a song like this, it just seems so out of place with what his famous persona is. It's just so hard to believe, and that's part of the appeal. It's that that Smiths thing of like super happy music with super sad lyrics or vice versa, where it's just like it almost doesn't fit, and that's what makes him so interesting and makes me like want to, like for him to write a line like, it's so hard just to stay alive these days. Like that's some serious, people kind of point to them as like the early emo kind of lyrics. Like it influenced a lot of, indie kids got into it. That's for a reason, but there's some just beautiful stuff in here. There's Mellotron in here. They had one of the first Mellotrons in America, if I'm not mistaken. Cool. And there's just one huge harmony coming out of an instrumental break that is just like one of the like most shimmery moments of the whole thing. It's a beautiful song, but I still only have it number 8 because I like a lot of these songs.
Agreed. It's great.
Very good. My number 7 is In the Street. Notwithstanding that it was the theme to that 70s show, which is weird watching that at some point, because I never really watched the show when it was on. And then, one day I was like, I don't know if it was on like TV back when you would just turn on TV and saw a rerun, as opposed to like, I have to like press the button a few times to actually watch it on streaming. And then, I heard it and I was like, that's familiar. That's Big Star like that, but it's not Big Star, but it is, and then because it's just kind of like a weird hybrid of the song. But it's another good teenage jam. There's other good teenage jams that are higher. So which is why I say it's another one. Great walking riff, that it's good. It hits. I ain't mad about it. It's number 7.
You know how when you're listening to the album over and over again, an album over and over again, and you're ranking it, and there's fallers and there's risers, and I always want to write down my first blush and then compare it.
Yeah.
I rarely do, but this one is the biggest drop. And this is the first time I've listened to this album this month, right? Over and over again. So Ballad of El Goodo started high and went to number 7. It is a great song. I will listen to it for the rest of my life. There ain't nothing wrong with it. I didn't know about all the influences from all the other bands except for the Posies. That's the only thing I had in my mind, because Adam told me, they played together, they get up, and obviously they cover a song. Anyway, Teenage Fan Club in the chorus. That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. And if you're talking Teenage Fan Club, then I'm in.
Big time.
Oh God. So anyway, that's my number 7.
My number 7 is Try Again. I hear you, Jim.
Try again, Dan. Try again.
This one does struggle a little bit. It's a little more anonymous. There isn't like that totally catchy piece, but man, is it gorgeous. Like, I agree with you, Sam, how feel comes in and like instantly establishes itself. This one does in its own way. It just has that really insistent kind of chord that's sort of propulsive, that like the up, down. It just kind of moves in, and then just that dreamy slide guitar goes over the whole song, like the whole 3.5 minutes. That thing is just floating all over the place. And it's more than the sum of its parts. Like the lyrics, there's nothing overly interesting to it, but just it really it mellows me out, man. It's just such a beautiful like mood, and it just puts me in that space. So I think it's gorgeous. And that is all.
Oh, I'm ex.
I guess I can say more. Okay, fine.
No. Yeah, but just you put me in that mood, and I was just so
right. You wish you had a joint.
That's how I did it. So my number 7, I guess, would be my biggest dropper, and it's so hard for me to say this because I love. Well, I think there's a new thing that happened a bunch on the last episode of Violent Femmes where I'm thinking, do I love this song or do I just love this riff? And that's why number 7 is Watch the Sunrise for me, because that riff is so beautiful. It's incredible. It started off with completely different lyrics and eventually ended up in this like very just beautiful imagery of just that, sunlight and whatnot. It's an Alex song again. I don't, from what he kind of like became this kind of dark figure to sing this like sunshine bright, it's a sunshiny day type.
No, it's not quite that bright.
It's not quite Brady Bunch. It's right. More Greg's Johnny Bravo than it is Peter. But it's beautiful, and I was surprised that a box set came out. Oh God, I don't remember how many years ago, and there was tons of interesting stuff on it for a band that wasn't together that long. But there was a live show, and there wasn't really a lot of live audio out there, and here's this beautifully recorded live show after Chris had left the band, because there was just nothing from when he was in the band, sadly. But they do a couple acoustic numbers in the middle, and they do this song. I can't believe that they actually played this song live, and it's beautiful. Wow. I'm like, it's going to be so sparse, but it really didn't need that much on a couple acoustic guitars. It just sounds beautiful. So that is my number 7.
All right, Sam, get rid of all the other fast ones so we can get to the weepy ones.
Oh, I think I've all got weepy ones.
Oh, you're down to all weepy. Even better. Better.
Not surprising.
It's weepy all the way down.
Number 6 for me is My Life Is Right. Great tone switch. I love the soft open to the tough chorus. So I mean, this one does have a little bit of punch to it, but and of course, like we've talked about, the high vocal harmony in the chorus. But yeah, like I think it was Jim was saying, like once I walked, that almost sounds like pastoral or like Ren Fair, Once I walked a lonely road, but then it's like, when it kicks into the chorus, you're just like, yeah, fuck yeah, like my life is right. You're right. So
once
6,
I walked a lonely road in India and drank gin and tonics.
Drinking gin and tonics.
And I'm in a store singing.
I love you. I love you. I love you. That's it.
Who's next?
Oh, it's me?
Jim.
I forgot. Number 6 is Buffalo Springfield. When My Baby's Beside Me. Oh, no. It is so good. And they definitely are listening to Buffalo Springfield. And Dazed and Confused, Daytime Pickup Truck Ride. This song is playing. Great hand claps. There is no way that this song is the worst song in the album. You should be ashamed of yourself if you put it there. It is number 6.
It's not the worst song on the record. It's just there's 12 great songs on the record.
You ranked it last, dude.
That doesn't mean it's the worst.
I think it does, dude.
Jim's almost
called
spitting out his
911.
drink. That's
Sam
and
lost
guess-
completely.
we don't have ties. We don't have ties. I probably would have tied it with something else. It's a good song. I like it. I just liked 11 Others better.
That's suspect. While we're handing out disciplinary measures, guys, number 6, and not a notch further down, is Don't Lie to Me, which is it repetitive? Yes. But my God, this song is so much fucking fun, people. Jim, you are the guy who ranked You Shook Me All Night Long number 1 in our 1980 episode. Because why? Because it's fun to put your arms around your mates at a party and fucking sing it all night as loud as you can. This is where that fucking started. This is...
No!
Oh my God. From the minute that opening riff comes in, the volume goes up by 50%. I don't care what we were listening. By the way, Sam, I love this fucking After 13 because you know how low I have 13 and I'm like, here we go.
Right.
That shit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Dichotomy.
This is Beatles, but in my mind, this is White Album McCartney Beatles. This is Birthday.
Definitely.
This is fucking Helter Skelter.
Why don't we do it in the road? Yeah.
Like
back in the USSR.
Oh my God, back in the USSR. Even that guitar is totally back in the USSR.
Yeah.
I just have so much fun. It's funny because just one episode ago with Violent Femmes, we were talking about Kiss Off, and I was talking about how there's very few songs that have angry backup vocals. And then here we are 1 album later, and this is maybe even a better example. Yeah. They get so angry by the end, they're off tempo. They're not even matching anymore. Like they're totally,
great. That part's
it's so great. This and hey, I'm the one that brought Rod Stewart into the mix with their bar band. So I clearly just love something that's practically in shambles, just high energy. It's just so much fun. And like, I hear you guys logically, my head says this should be lower, but my heart is like, is this maybe number 1?
Oh my God.
This is a fun song. It's not number 1. That's a joke.
Can you stop saying the word fun? Okay. That's it. You're just hitting one piano note over and over again. Fun. And I'm picturing, you know, those high school dances where all the girls are, or junior high dances where all the girls are on one side and all the guys are on the other, and you're thinking about, putting your arms around your mates and you shook me all night, you shook me all night long. I can get into that, but getting together and looking across at the girls and going, "Don't lie to me." It's not the scene I want to be in.
I was gonna say,
God,
you shook me is about sex and getting in.
This is you better run for your life if you can.
Right, extremely different vibe.
Oh, it's so funny.
It's ultimately a release of. Teenagers of a certain age. Again, what about the Femmes? The Femmes are angry at times, but totally fun. There's the word again, you son of a bitch. It's great. It's great.
Dan, it's literally in my notes. I said, I like it, just not set next to 13. So if it's not set right next to that, it's good. It's fun. But it's just like such a segue crusher. It fucking,
All right, Adam.
Go on.
My number 6 is In the Street. and I was not sure where this one was going to go. I love the idea of it being a song with a bunch of kids in the car. Like, I think that 70s show kind of got it right for their credits. Like, I don't know if I've watched 2 seconds of the show, but I'm like, that is a great song for kids. It's like Bohemian Rhapsody in Wayne's World. It's like, that is such a great, perfect sing-along thing to do. And it's so 70s. I wish I had a joint so bad.
Wish we had a joint so bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, for them to actually put that in a song in the 70s, it's like, I mean, there have been a lot of songs with drug references, but that was pretty cool to be doing.
So great.
It's a Chris Bell song, but Big Star, as long as I know that they were touring doing reunion shows, they would open with that. So they would open with a Chris Bell song, and Alex would sing it, not in that higher register. But it makes for a great show opener. Dan mentioned it being kind of repetitive, like the same riff over and over. Kind of was almost thinking Can't Hardly Wait by the Replacements in that respect. Yeah, they put the riff in there a bunch, but I disagree. I think it's a fucking great riff, and hearing it over and over works with this song.
Yes.
My band rookie card may have snuck it into the very first song on our first record. Weird. Just there's a guitar break and it's definitely that, and it's there for a reason. But super fun.
Cool. My number 6 is My Life Is Right.
Your number 5, actually.
Oh no, number 5. Sorry, my number 5 is Try Again. I'll try again. How about that?
I see what you did there.
My number 5 is Try Again. Good sentiment. It's trying to be something better, trying to be a better person. But I think it was Dan that mentioned the slide. It's great. It just, like, that kind of transcends it. And it's, we were just talking about, I wish I had a joint so bad. Like, this song, it definitely begs for that joint. Like, you just have a couple hits and just like, Lord, I've been trying. Like, yeah, go on and just ride that slide out into the sunset. That's number 5.
That's great. My number 5 is Give Me Another Chance. This was, I think, the one I was thinking. Yeah, this is the one that just started rising and rising and rising with each repeated listen. I love it and hate it when bands have an unbelievable harmony or hook or something in a verse or a chorus, and they hold it back the first time through, and they release it. And so every time you hear it for the rest of your life, you hear the harmony with it and the backing vocals. But the first time through the song, they are mature enough not to give it to you right away. And Big Star does that a few times on this album, and I love it here. It's so good. And the bridge is great. And it's an earwormer. I mean, it's my number 5. It belongs there.
My number 5 is Watch the Sunrise. Absolutely gorgeous song. I am missing my Joni Mitchell on Spotify, and this absolutely fits that slot. That opening is so Joni Mitchell, I can't believe it, which is a massive compliment. It's gorgeous. The opening is like 45 seconds, and I feel like there's potentially like 3 great openings in there. Like the guitar, it's totally propulsive, but it starts going in one direction, then it shifts a little bit, then it kind of becomes a whole new opening. It's just, It's so gorgeous. That guitar strum just moves you through the whole rest of the song, and just the scenery it paints of like watching the center. It's just it totally fits. Can we add this to our Get a Joint list also?
Yeah.
Oh, totally. But Dan, the opening riff is that classic, open E chords, just sliding like not Sweet Egypt. So Sister Golden Hair by America. We can all do it on guitar, but we can't do it that well.
Well, the other note I wrote on this one literally is, this is the song Jim rushed to his guitar to figure out.
Yay, thank you. This is the first one. Exactly.
There was a song on the Rod Stewart album that had very similar instrumentation. I mentioned it. I can't remember what it was called, but it had a very similar vibe to this.
I'm with you. Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look at that one.
That's awesome. I think, Adam, you mentioned it being like a little repetitive, like it's so gorgeous, but there's not that much to it. And I did kind of have that vibe, which is what kept it out of sort of higher than this, but it's beautiful. I mean, really, I would say the top 5, I all considered at number 1. Like I started to think about like whether it had a claim. That's not totally true. This one, like never, I really thought seriously, but these 5 were painful. I couldn't believe this was 5. I'm like, that's too low.
Yeah.
But it was just, it got ugly with the top 5 for sure.
It's okay.
Nice. So my number 5 is When My Baby's Beside Me. For some reason, I had a hard time wrestling between In the Street and When My Baby's Beside Me because they have a slightly similar vibe. And in the end, I kind of felt like In the Street drags a little bit, where When My Baby's Beside Me is just so much energy to it. Yeah, and that's the one song that we did that night when we did A Little Big Star, that's on YouTube. And so I have a little bit of a sentimentality. I didn't sing it. My friend Victor sang it. And I got to do harmonies. We did 3-part harmonies on the chorus, and I just watched it today for the first time in a very, very long time. And I was like, oh shit, there was 3-part, and we barely had any time to practice, so that was like very, very cool.
Great hand claps in that song. Did you hand clap?
I gotta re-listen.
Oh, totally, yeah.
There's definitely cowbell, and even like they clonk, but then they also do the like stick the stick it and like rattle it around in the one part.
Oh yeah.
And also the solo in it is so great. It starts with a wah, and then halfway through it goes into guitar harmonies. It's like a 2-part solo, and it's so good. It might be the best guitar break on the whole record, and it's also an incredible workout for Jody on drums. It's maybe his best, the best drumming on the album. And he's so solid, and he's he's kind of the torchbearer for the band now as the lone surviving member. He's just a great mascot for the band, if nothing else. I forgot to mention that when I was working for this management company, we're talking about how Counting Crows would talk about them a lot, and they took Alex Chilton out on tour with them, and even like apparently berated a crowd once, and it made the news. I remember us having a news clipping of like Adam Duritz coming out and just like going off on some crowd for not giving Alex enough respect when he opened up for them. But it was a cool job, weird, surreal to be in the music business that deep and getting all these calls from everyone from David Geffen to Daniel Ash calling, and I was transferring calls. The only time I was a little bit starstruck was when Jody called to try and find Adam. And the first time I was like, no, he's not here. And I got his number, and I was like, I wanted to say something, but I had made some tiny little remark at another music industry job once before, and they like never let me forget it. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gotta be like, not do anything, never say anything. It was one thing in 3 months, and they kept bringing it up.
By the way, I'm so not surprised that you got busted for that. Like,
it was so stupid. I got a call from a guy named Mike Mills, and I handed it to this guy who was a famous record producer. He had done Rumors. They were all these people that were in the Fleetwood Mac world in this job. And I gave it to him, and I said, "Oh, is that Mike Mills from REM?" That was it. That's all I said. I didn't fanboy. I'm not even a huge REM fan. And 3 weeks later, when I was said, hey, it's just not working out, she brought this thing up. She's like, you're a little bit starstruck. And I'm like, what? Like, name one thing. And she mentioned that. So anyway, I didn't want to say anything, but when he called back again, he said, I said, do you want me to take a message? And he said, yeah. I said, are you at Ardent? And he said, oh yeah. And I said, I'm not supposed to say anything probably, but I just wanted to let you know I love Big Star. And he's like, oh, thanks so much. He was really, really nice. So I had to like slip it in there.
Nice. So what number are we at? 4?
We are on number 4, I believe.
4? Yeah. I numbered my songs, see? So I know.
Oh, so yeah, see? I know, but I still had to ask. My number 4 is Give Me Another Chance.
You feel sad 'cause I got mad and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Things I said made things seem bad, but don't worry, 'cause it's gonna be alright now. Be okay.
The harmonies are great. I like the lyrics, as simple as they are, but they're complex. They're a little more complex than that. Like, because it starts off as like, I'm sorry, like, give me another chance. I mean, the song's fucking called "Give Me Another Chance," but it's a little deeper than that. It's not just "I've wronged you, take me back." There's a little bit more to the lyrics, and you know, he admits, like, you know, it's I just don't think before I speak. You know, I've been angry.
What did
like,
you do?
Who? Him?
That guy, like him. What did you do? Like,
Right. Yeah, but it's, you know, because there's a lot of songs, like blues songs or, you know, whatever, that's like, I'm sorry, take me back, whatever, and this one's like, you can feel he's like, I'm really sorry, like, this was me, this was all on me, I was angry, you know, I'll do better, like that kind of thing.
So,
you know,
angry.
It's not so hungry, so angry. Oh, that's a different song. So, but yeah, it's I just liked the general vibe of it and the harmonies and everything. So, Give Me Another Chance, number 4.
My number 4 is Watch the Sunrise. The day it will abide. I like that. When do you use the word abide? Abide by me.
It's very Renaissance fair to keep that thing going.
Please call it Ren Fair.
Ren Fair.
Very Big Lebowski.
Yeah, the dude abides, right? From Big Lebowski. Right? Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nobody else got that?
Took me a minute.
You guys will have said it all, so I will let somebody else talk. But that's definitely deserves to be number 4.
My number 4 is When My Baby's Beside Me. You guys know I have a soft spot for that perfect pop song, and this is that album's perfect pop song. It's just insanely catchy. Ain't no way you're getting this out of your head. And again, like, you know, am I going to defend it off the lyrics? No, I'm not. Am I going to defend the ridiculous pronunciation of, because when my baby's beside me, I don't worry? No, that's super weird. I don't get that at all.
Is that worry? Huh.
I don't
Are you going to defend
worry.
Doctor and Lockdoor?
I feel like
Worry about it, baby's beside me. No.
exactly. Take it away, Jim. Yeah, the hand claps. Like, this is actually the song that In the Street wishes it was. This is bopping in the car, grow your hair out, bob your head along, like that. I wrote all that stuff. Like, this is that Bohemian Rhapsody scene, I think, way better. And Adam, dead straight, the guitar in the middle is so rad. I didn't know what to call that. Guitar break's a good word, because it's like not a full solo, but it's just enough that it like takes off, and love it. I'm strongly in the camp of fun big star. Sorry, Jim.
I've made a terrible
just
mistake.
because I used the word fun. That's all.
Oh, got it.
And with that, I go back to floaty big star. My number 4 is Try Again. There's a sequencing problem. I agree, Sam. Like, we watched the documentary about them a couple nights ago, because I hadn't seen it in a very long time. And a friend of theirs, or maybe it was Chris's brother, was saying how like it starts out like such a party, and then by the end it's just like delving into this like sad thing. And there's like the whole back end it's hard for me to have a real opinion on a lot of those slower ones. But today in the car, man, Try Again just sounded so beautiful. The slide stuff was just every bit of it was just so beautiful and perfect. I'm like, I can't put it, it's got to be my top one of all those late mellow ones at the end. And Jim, you mentioned how they hold off on a harmony, and for me, this is the best time that they do it. And they come on that Lord, it's just so beautiful. And a little foreshadowing that they got fairly religious, or Chris did later in life before he died tragically. But and I was kind of surprised on El Goodo actually that Alex said that By My Side Is God. But so there's a little bit of that. They grew up in Memphis, and there's probably a lot of Bibles in that town. So interesting that's in there. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful song. That's my number 4.
Number 3 for me is Watch the Sunrise. Dan said it. I was trying to count a la Adam. I think he said gorgeous about 8 or 9 times. That's my lead comment. Just gorgeous. When that 12 string kicks in, it's so good because it starts off with just like the 6 strings, and then the 12 string kicks in, and it's
so crisp.
It
so
elevates
clear.
it. Oh yeah. It elevates the song amazingly. And I thought this would. I'm surprised that this song fell for Adam, because I thought this would be your good feeling for this record. I thought it would elevate that much because it comes so late in the record. Yeah. Song 11, if I'm right. And it's unexpected by that point. I mean, yes, they slow down and everything like that, but it turns a little, you've got Try Again, you've got My Life Is Right, on that side 2, if you will. And it just kind of, it feels surprising, and it's not that it comes out of nowhere, because there's a lot of beautiful songs on this record, but and then one of my favorite parts about it is that sneaky little harmonica toward the end.
Yeah, it's a nice little touch.
I would have loved to hear more of that, especially like more up front in the mix. It just kind of like slides in there, and it took me, I don't know how many listens before I was like, wait, that's a little harmonica right there. Like that's cool. Little tiny one.
More set.
And I'm surprised it wasn't, it didn't get more of a showcase there, because it's great. But Watch the Sunrise. Who was it? Was it you, Dan, that mentioned having the joint and listen to that song? It's perfect for it. Let's go. Good on drugs.
The whole second half of this album, to me, as I'm running down the street, not looking at the tracks on my phone, it's all in my ears.
As you're hanging out in the street.
Yeah, and they all blended together the second half. I didn't know that was a new song when that new guitar starts playing. It was just, it all blended together, and then the one impression I was left with from the second half on my first listen was Watch the Sunrise. I mean, that definitely, it was like, okay, that was its own thing, and I'm going to remember that song for a long time. And then the rest kind of grew on me. But anyway, my number 3 is In the Street. And guys, this is a freaking great song. And you want to talk about throwing your arms around your buds and singing, singing the song at the top of your lungs. This is not because of that 70s show. I did not know. I didn't really listen to that, but I absolutely love the walking riff. the first 4 songs on this album have some kind of walk up or walk down in them, and I love it. I just love it when songs do that. And cowbell is going off in this song. It's got a great bridge, and it's again Teenage Fanclub, and I just freaking love it in the street.
The walk down on G down to E. Wish we had. It's so simple.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's ever been done better. It's so good.
So good.
I mean, okay, so Adam announces what album has won, and I'm like, okay, it's number 1 record. I know what my number 1 song on this album is. It's Feel. And then all of a sudden I listen, and somehow it ended up at number 3, guys. I've made a terrible mistake. These last 3 truly give me 5 minutes and the order's going to switch again. So we better get this done. That opening, Sam, you mentioned it, kind of the chugging, and he just belts out. This is Chris Bell, right? He just belts out, wondering what you're doing. I'm like 1,000 power pop bands launched that day. Like there's a reason they're so associated with power pop. It's not the whole album. It's this song, in my opinion. Like this is kind of like the template. It's just so fun to wail. We've talked about like desperation and the voices of them in different songs. This one is just, he is so at the end of his rope. It's just, feel like I'm dying. It's in his voice. And so it's so fun to just belt out. Yeah. It almost has like a metal energy to it. Like it's just so like hard rocking. It's so heavy, especially for that early 70s kind of metal. And then it transforms into the opening of Saturday Night Live. Like that saxophone comes in. And it's that moment where you're like, what the fuck is happening? I just took total awesomeness and I added extra awesomeness on top of it. It's unbelievable. It's such a, it's so interesting because it's such a just like power song in every way. It kind of throws all its tricks at you at once. And then the album changes so much. It's actually a very misleading opening track, I would argue, but it's a phenomenal opening track. And I've made a terrible mistake. How is this number 3? That's crazy.
My number 3 is 13.
Won't you let me walk you home from school? Won't you let me meet you at the pool? Maybe Friday I can get tickets for the dance, and I'll take you.
Thank God it's not number 1 for the rest of you, because I feel really bad.
As low as you had it, Dan, I agreed with almost everything you said. Like for whatever reason, this song, I don't have this like huge attachment to it, but it's one of those I had to sort of take a step back and go, but there's so much greatness to it, even if it's not like, the way I rate these songs can sometimes not be consistent. Like I had to be like, okay, it's not my favorite, but it's still so good because there's just so many nice little touches in it. It's probably the one I've played the most. Probably the one I've played the most with Jim, and it's beautiful for what it is. I always say that I'm in love with nostalgia. It's called 13. Is it taken from the perspective of a 13-year-old boy in love with a girl? There's like a little bit of creepiness in there, written by an adult, and it's been criticized for that. So there's a little weird there, but Dan mentioned the underwater vocals. Those are just beautiful, weird, shimmery, flangy, ghostly backgrounds that are so good. The first band I was ever in was called Pen 13 because of this song. My bandmates wanted to call it Pen 15, and if you know that joke, You don't know that joke, Jim? Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
I do,
hilarious.
but it's so lame. So I'm
It's
glad
so
you changed it.
And
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not going to be in a band called Pianist. Thanks. So that was our big compromise. Funny enough, William, the guy who requested that we do this album, this is his number one. Thank you again, William. But I have sentimentality attached to this just from playing it. And also, the first time I ever saw Elliott Smith play was at Brick by Brick in San Diego. And at the end of the show, he was coming out to do some songs by himself. And if you ever got to see Elliott, you know, like as soon as he finishes a song, it's as quiet. You know, you can hear a pin drop and then pandemonium and then a million people screaming for songs, and he just sort of ignores it and plays whatever. And people were screaming for a million things, and I waited and he just nothing was connecting with him. And I waited, and I finally just yelled out 13. And he said, okay. And he did 13.
No, you did not.
It's one of my favorite
Stop it.
instant requests of all time. And he does a great version of it. A lot of people have covered it. Wilco, Garbage, all these random people have covered it. But Elliott's is just, it's so perfect for him.
Wow.
And I read that Alex Chilton was once asked if there was a version he especially loved, and he mentioned the garbage version, which is interesting.
Time to go look it up.
I don't know it. Yeah.
I also I figured 13 had to be one of their top 2 or top 3 songs, you know, like on Spotify in terms of like overall streams. And I just looked it up. It's actually not even close. It's 13 by a bazillion miles. Number 2 is September Girls with 6 million streams.
Right.
13 is number 1 with 33 million streams.
Wow.
Like 5x. I had no idea they had that 13 existed that high above everything else.
Yeah, I think it ended up in a lot of commercials and movies, and people have recorded it.
Yeah.
And all the covers bring attention to it for sure. I wouldn't have guessed that.
When stuff's that high on Spotify, it's been in a TV show. Like that's where I go. So many songs, like I'll go looking for, you know, whether it's The Replacements or like some indie band, and they've got one song that's like a catalog song, and it's just like way up top. I'm like, it's been in something. Like it's not. This is not because so many people are connecting with it. It's because it's been in something. Number 2 for me is 13. Such a gorgeous open. It's so warm. It's so close. Like, if you're listening to it on speakers that are disconnected from your ears, don't do that. Go find a pair of put them on.
Stop what you're doing.
Stop what you're doing, because I'm about to. That's a different podcast. But put headphones on. Don't listen to. Seriously, don't listen to it on Spotify. They downsample so badly. Listen to it on CD. Listen to it on vinyl. Listen to it on Tidal. It's so warm.
What is downsampling? Downsampling.
It's. They kind of cheat to get the sound faster to you faster. So it's compressed. It's you know, like when you hear about like ripping songs or whatever, you know, there's different bit rates and all that sort of stuff. It's all computer shit. Nobody gives a fuck. But what it does is it really robs you of that warmness. It robs you of like the real highs and the real lows. And this song just, you can't experience that song without that. You know, and I can't describe it. You have to hear it. You have to experience it. And
what you're talking about is the tonal quality of those acoustic guitars, which we've only alluded to a little bit.
Yeah.
They're so distinctive. Like there's like no other album where the acoustic guitars sound so amazing that you would be saying all this. It's kind of amazing.
And it's not like it's like they've got great separation or anything like that, but you just and I added this comment today because I did it. I put the headphones in and I listened to it and I was like, holy shit. Like it's right there close to you, like really good, really close, really warm, and it's a completely different feeling than a lot of songs on this record that use acoustic guitar, than like Watch the Sunrise or Ballad of El Goodo. You know, it's a completely different feel, but it fits the song. You know, it fits that that age, that feeling, that yearning, you know. And one of the other things I wanted to say was like the lyrics with like, won't you tell your dad, get off my back? It's like, you know, just do it yourself, man. But you know, if they're 13, you know, you're not going to do that, right? But then the bridge comes, and it's still close. It's still right there, but it's expansive and it's ethereal. And it's just like the backing vocals with the flange. It takes you to a completely different place, but there's still that closeness of it. If you're listening with headphones, if you've got it that close, it's a completely different experience than if you've got it on in the fucking car with all like the noise and, you know, the tires and
that's a shot at
people
Adam
honking and whatever. No, it's not a shot at Adam.
He always talks about listening to the songs in the car.
Right.
True.
If I'm going to take a shot at Adam, I'm actually not going to take a shot at Adam because I just back off from that. Love you, bud.
That's half the fun.
Sam, the closeness is such a great word for that song, though. I hadn't really thought about that way, but you're right. It's literally, it does feel like he's him and his guitar right up against the mic. It doesn't feel like it's in a studio. It feels like it's just him playing right in front of a microphone. That's a great word for it.
And Adam, when you say that the acoustic guitars are recorded so well, I was noticing that there's none of that guitar string squeak that you hear in so many. Just zero of it, and I don't know how that's possible, but so many artists do it. So it's something we need to learn.
Guitarist, that's part of it.
Yeah.
When you say he, are you talking about
Alex.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris too. It's hard for me to know on the more rockin' stuff what stuff is Chris's, but I've seen Alex play guitar, and even when he was in his 50s and 60s, he was a fucking monster. He was so good, and he can play classical and jazz type stuff, which is probably what he'd prefer to be doing. But yeah, even then, taught by somebody from the Beach Boys, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
He was just a singer, but box tops toured with the Beach Boys, and at a very young age, he got taught finger picking, maybe by Carl. God, I don't remember, or something like that.
Wow,
amazing.
Well, my number 2 is the Posies' "Feel." Guys, this should be number 1. I love this song. I like the Posies version better. I'm so sorry. I really apologize.
Oh, I don't even know the Posies version very well.
Oh my God. This is how I was introduced to it. And it is the most feel it in your balls opening lyric that I've ever heard in my life. I love that. I love the walk down. I love the opening guitar. I have no idea why there's a saxophone in this song. Why the hell?
Because it's awesome.
Hey, why the hell did this turn into Bruce Springsteen at 2 minutes
Not
in?
Springsteen, though.
It is so annoying to me because I was raised on the Posies version, so I'm sorry. But this song is written so well, produced so well, and it's still great, and it's still number 2. Feel. The background vocals in the chorus, unbelievable. Everything about it is great.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. I called When My Baby's Beside Me the song that In the Street wished it was. The song that 13 wishes it was is Give Me Another Chance.
Wow.
What a absolutely gorgeous song. This is the song for me that was the fastest, like the biggest riser. I was like, how has this not been the song I've been madly in love with the whole time? I'm just going to say it. This song has the best harmonies on the album. They're soaring. They're gorgeous. They're otherworldly. We're in like magical mystery tour land. Like it's absolutely gorgeous. You guys already talked about kind of the lyrics and sort of how unexpected and tender and vulnerable it is. This thing's got minor chords. It's got suspended chords. It's got seventh chords. It's throwing everything in the book at you. And just that chord progression is gorgeous. I could listen to this song 100 times in a row. I can't believe how gorgeous it is. And it's the reason Feels somehow fell to number 3. I was like, it's close, but I just want to live in this song. It's frigging beautiful.
And the
number 2, and I'm proud of it.
The thing is you don't throw all of those like minors and diminished and whatever in there unless you absolutely know what the fuck you're doing.
Totally.
Like you don't, this is an accident. Like
it doesn't feel like it's showing off with all that stuff. It just naturally moves.
Yeah.
The melody is that complex. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Love it.
Nice. My number 2, Jim is right, is Feel by the Posies. So the first time I ever heard this album, my friend James made me a cassette copy, and for whatever reason, I don't know if he taped it for me while we hung out, because remember you had to do that, right?
Right.
Like press play on a CD and sit and record a whole CD with like rapid speed tape to tape duplication. So it came on, and I had one of those "that's a cover" moments. Because I did not know. I was like, I'd worn out the Posies version. It was a B-side on a single. They also covered Chris Bell's "I Am the Cosmos" amazingly. And that's John singing lead on "I Am the Cosmos," which is a Chris Bell song, a later solo song. And he sings it like John. He does not do that high kind of voice that Chris is kind of known for. On this one, Stringfellow out, Chris Bell's Chris Bell. His voice was made for this song, and it was always kind of a highlight of the Big Star set when he would step up and sing this song.
So, guys, I have a confession. I honestly have like almost no recollection of the Posies version. It's killing me. I don't think I own it, and I don't see it on Spotify. Well, I guess I can go to YouTube. I assume it's on YouTube. I got to hear that.
Probably on YouTube. It was on the Golden Blunder single, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I ever saw them play it live.
I never did.
I saw Big Star do it a couple times, and I've heard plenty of Big Star bootlegs because I was like so nuts for this band that I was finding everything I could. But yeah, to Jim's point, they replaced the horns with guitars. I like the horns. I should say I like the horn section part. It's kind of like a Lady Madonna kind of feel, but the guy wailing over it, I love that you said Silent Live. It is totally Silent Live guy wailing for 60, 90 seconds nonstop. Like, doesn't really need it, but it's almost comical. And every time I hear it, I'm just like, oh God, this is
starring Dan Aykroyd.
Right, totally. That intro is so great. It's funny enough, it's the riff, if you play it I guess faster, is identical to Jesus Jones, Right Here Right Now. Same ding 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 ding, just played a little differently. And then the rhythm kicks in, and it's one of the most fun songs to play loud. And I have this vision of being in an empty office when I was first starting a band, and for whatever reason I was just seeing what it was like to like plug in a guitar and play loud, and this was the song that I loved to crank up and play. It's got like just those chunky chords, kind of like All Right Now by Free, which I think is maybe kind of an influence on some of the more rocking stuff here. I snuck in the riff of In the Street on that first Rookie Card song, but also the very first note of that song is just a big jolt noise with a detuned D or drop D, which is exactly the Posies definite door. And when I realized it was that, I'm like, oh shoot, I should put in something like that underneath. So underneath all this noise on the very first note on our album, I'm playing that riff. I'm playing the riff from Feel, just as like very quiet homage to that. But also a favorite moment in that song is, I can't remember, I'm never gonna, ain't no sense in trying. And you hear this little guitar go, meow. It's like a little diminishing thing every time I hear a cat. So
perfect.
When A Little Big Star, Dan, when you asked me like what was the best song of the night, I think it was this. And it's one of those, it was so good in my head. I almost don't want to ever hear a recording of us doing it, because I was totally doing the Posies version, and he takes it up kind of a notch. And a friend of mine, John Canis, who's another musician, rock writer, he said you were doing Posies, and I said, "Yep, you're the one person I know that would have caught that." But there's like
that's great.
There's a couple lines where he screams even longer and louder, and it's just so good.
Nice.
That's my number 2.
So we've talked about a couple covers, but one of the things that led me to Big Star was the cover of You and Your Sister by This Mortal Coil.
Yes.
Beautiful song. This Mortal Coil has done some amazing covers by like Tim Buckley and Talking Heads and obviously, Chris Bell. Today, listening to the Chris Bell version, and it's Chris Bell. And as I'm listening, I hear this other voice come in. I'm like, fuck, that's Alex. Like, and this was in 1978. This was like right before Chris died. This wasn't, this was after he left the band and all that sort of stuff. And so, hearing Alex on that song, I was like, damn. And so I looked it up just to make sure and was like, wow, that's incredible that he's on this song, and that his voice is still so distinctive, and that they still sound fucking great together.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, who knows what would have happened had Chris survived longer than he did. But that leads into my number 1, which is the Ballad of El Goodo. My top 2 are 13 and the Ballad of El Goodo. Just such great songs, so very indicative to me of what Big Star is like that, gorgeous acoustic. To me, it's one of the most gorgeous songs ever. It's beautiful. I'm not really that into religion, but when he says, "At my side is God," that lyric doesn't bother me, because there's just something about the song that is that kind of reverent. It's the striving of it. I've been trying hard against unbelievable odds, or strong odds, and he switches it up. At first it's unbelievable, and then it's strong, which is really interesting because he pulls back, because unbelievable is like, I've been trying hard against unbelievable odds. Like, you wouldn't fucking believe this. And at the end, it's like he walks it back a little bit. He's like, there's strong odds. Like, it was, maybe I overspoke, but but where we are now, like the point our relationship is right now, like it was strong. Like, it was really strong odds. But the chorus, there ain't no one gonna turn me around.
Turn me around. Yeah.
It's a testimony. It is another almost like a religious experience. And it's because it's so expansive, and then pulling it back to hold on. Like, it's that exhortation of just hold on, just keep it together. Hold on. You can make it. I don't know. It's so hard to put into words for me what this song does for me. And not to plug my own stuff, but I did. I wrote that song, number 2 combo, about it. And the words, some of the words are, "I didn't know you were this beautiful before." I'd heard of Big Star. I'd heard, Teenage Fanclub and all these bands. But when I finally put it on, I was like, oh my God, like this is what they're trying to do. And you're getting close, guys, but you're not quite getting there. And so, Ballad of El Goodo, that's what it is for me. It's that top tier.
Nice.
Wow. I'm reading the tea leaves here, and I think I'm the odd man out. The only one who has put 13 as number 1.
I think that makes me the odd man at putting it at number 10 or whatever.
I don't know, Dan. I think you'll see that I'm the odd man out. 13, number 1. Thank you guys for not mentioning the lyric that puts it into first place for me, which is "Outlaw for My Love." I absolutely, I was like, is it going to be Feel or 13 at number 1? And that and the guitar solo just absolutely make 13 number 1 on this album. This is played at 1,000 weddings now, as the bride walks up. And you think that would jive with, won't you get your dad off my back? Well, dad's probably paying for the wedding, right? But when I first heard it, I look over at dad during that lyric because I know it's coming, right? And I look over and I know dad. I knew the father of the bride, and he's a total Stones fan, and so Painted Black is cool. I mean, he's laughing along with the joke. So we're totally cool there. Anyway, this song is like, you guys ever heard Question by Old 97s?
Oh my God, that fucking song slays me. Jesus.
She woke from a dream. Her head was on fire. What was he so nervous?
Okay, so you guys love that song, and if you listen to that old 97s album, you might, over and over again, you might talk yourself out of Question not being number one, but you'd be wrong.
Right.
Question is number one, and 13 is number one on this album as well. That's all I got to say.
Good point.
A little birdie told me that when Steve McDonald from Red Cross and Anna from That Dog Got Married, that 13 was their wedding song. So.
Really?
It ending up in a lot of weddings. We mentioned maybe it could be creepy, being an outlaw for your love. Okay.
That adds to it.
Yep. Is he taking her across state lines? I hope not.
Hope not.
Well, if you're in Memphis, Arkansas is right there, and Mississippi is right there.
Perfect.
There you go. My number one is the Ballad of El Goodo.
Years ago my heart was set to live. Oh, and I've been trying hard against unbelievable odds. It gets so hard in times like now to hold on, but guns they wait to be stuck by. At my side is God, and there ain't no one going to turn me around. Ain't no one going to turn me around.
You're right.
Again, it was this Give Me Another Chance and Feel, and ultimately this song does something pretty impressive. Sam, you touched on it. Like it's I put it in the weepy ballad category, but yes, you're absolutely right. That chorus, "Ain't no one gonna turn me round," it's kind of like a put your fist in the air, like sing along. I'm not going to call it a rocker, but it does this really interesting thing where it's this total. I mean, one word I would use for this album is earnest. Like these do feel like fresh-faced boys they're just singing their heart, like whatever's in their heart. They're not trying to be hip. They're not trying to be clever. They're just being like pure. And this is maybe the purest of the pure songs, which does all come down to At My Side Is God. You're like, oh, wow. Like this is just fully like, but I buy it. Like I buy in that this is him just earnestly looking and saying like, I can do this, right? I can handle this. And there's something just disarming and beautiful about it. And those backing vocals again are gorgeous. It's funny because he's got the line, dress you down and stand you in a row. And for some reason, when I hear that, I think of the Eagles song "Pretty Maids All in a Row," which also has kind of soaring harmonies. I'm not saying it sounds like that, but it has those, I feel like they kind of cribbed elements from it as well. Anyways, it was tough between the three, but this, I can't believe this isn't the big song that Big Star's known for.
Yeah. And like you said about God, and somebody else mentioned like the like some other religious references earlier. yeah, down there, it's all about that. I mean, there's so much like religion and God and stuff. It used to be. I don't know how much it is now. I haven't been there probably in at least 15 years, but yeah, it's like that's like a cornerstone of that. So that's why it doesn't surprise me as much, and it doesn't bother me like as, you know, somebody who's not like a big you know, Abrahamic God person. I'm like, yeah, like, you know, go for it. That's what you're feeling. Go, you know, and that's Memphis.
I kind of forgot about that line, to be honest, and I've heard this song a million times, and it is my favorite song on this album. So 3 out of 4 of us agree. From the very start of it, that beautiful, shimmery, almost like classical sounding riff, which you're doing a bass note and other stuff at the same time that I taught myself how to play a long time ago, and impressed our friend Billy Lovesey, who Sam knows. Like, I can't believe you figured it out. I can't believe I did either. But it's just beautiful, and it's interesting, the different interpretations, because to me this is the number one example of him being kind of anti-establishment, anti-authority, but he's singing in this beautiful way. He's kind of like people around telling you that they know. He's kind of like dismissing, I don't know if it's music business people or religious people or people trying to draft people into the war that was raging at the time, you know, standing people in a line. It could be a reference to that. I really don't know. And I didn't really even notice until really listening to it over and over for this, which was kind of fun to do. But it's beautiful. I've always thought of it as my number one. I wasn't sure if it was going to end up that way. Like Dan, I had a couple of different ones that could have been number one. Funny enough, there's a lyric video that they did for this song at some point, and I think it might have come on after we watched the documentary. I can't remember, but all they did was basically sort of animate the Big Star logo and make all the lyrics into this neon looking thing, and it looks like they're 10 feet high, and it's beautifully done. It's so simple, but I'm like, oh shit, this is totally not, this is like swaying my vote. It makes it even more beautiful to see these lyrics like visualized in this beautiful way.
Swaying the vote. Yeah. It's like courting the Academy before you vote.
They took out a full page ad.
It's a big deal to win the We Will Rank You rankings, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But just a beautiful, beautiful song, and love the very little twangy thing at the end.
Thank you. I was going to say, none of us mentioned that.
It's just, you know, oh yeah, they're from Memphis. And again, it's these guys that are in Memphis and talking with Southern accents and worshiping the British invasion in 1972, which was, you know, at a time when things were getting really proggy and big rock, and right, you know, where these guys kind of bringing it back, and the Modern Lovers are also kind of pointed to as coming out right around this time and like taking it back to more 60s garagey kind of feel when rock was getting kind of overblown. So but this song is just purdy.
That's a great point, Adam. Just real quick, that's one thing that I did want to mention is one of the most perfect song endings ever. Like, I think we've talked about, like, I think Jim especially has talked about, like, you know, just fading out, like a song will fade out or it just kind of like keeps going. And this one's just like, well,
funny enough, because I was listening today and noticing that they did leave sort of these like kind of, it's these perfectly crafted things, and a lot of that is Chris Bell and his production and going in, but they were willing to leave in little bits, like 13 is this beautiful, perfect little thing. At the very end, he kind of gets bored with it and kind of messes around. Yeah. And then he does it on this song too, and you can hear like a little bit of like, you know, warming up before they go into Don't Lie to Me. So it's cool that they left this kind of thing. It's like a class project, and you can kind of hear them kind of like, it doesn't have to be totally perfect, and that's what makes it so great.
Good point.
Yeah. So that's it for number one record. Thank you again for the request, William. Thanks to everyone who voted. Can't wait to do another one in 10 episodes if we all live that long. But we're on to episode 21, which means Sam.
Wait, let's get our summary from Jim.
Thank you so much, Dan. I really appreciate you throwing it to me because Adam always steps over this part. There was one guy who had the bottom three songs absolutely correct. Don't Lie to Me at number 10, ST 100 divided by 6 at number 11, and the India song at number 12. Those are our bottom three, and Jim had those correctly placed. There was one guy who had our top three correctly placed. 13 at number 3, Feel at number 2, and the Ballad of El Goodo at number 1, and that was Adam. And in the middle, there's a whole bunch of...
Are you saying mess. I didn't get it perfectly placed?
You didn't. You had 13 at number 10. Why would you do that?
And Don't Lie to Me at like number 6.
I know.
Way to go, Dan.
Fun. All right, Sam, what are we doing next? I know you've been working on this for mere minutes.
Months, right? So... Yes, as we were setting up the podcast tonight, I realized that it was my night to pick a record. And I think it was Dan and Jim that correctly surmised that I have been turning this over in my head for a while, as we do, what's going to be my next pick. And I just, one of the ones that kind of just jumped at me and that I wanted to do. Jim's face is so huge on the Zoom call right now. I can't believe it.
That's an incredible camera because I can see into your soul.
Yeah, it's very tight. So Jim,
personal space on the Zoom. Come on.
Can you hear me, Jim?
He's nodding.
The next album. Hold on. I'm going to look this up real quick.
He doesn't know the name of it.
No. I know the name of it. Jesus fucking Christ.
I just don't know who it's by.
I just want to know the year. I just want to pick the year. I just want to make sure I get the year right.
Oh my God.
I told you I was doing this.
Where's your sense of drama?
My sense of drama is here. 1985. We are going to 1985.
Okay, I'm in.
Oh. I have a guess.
Another UK artist.
I have a guess.
1985, I will say, is the best year for music. I will just put that out there right now.
I would agree with that.
I normally wouldn't do this, but now I'm curious, Adam. What's your guess?
Low Life.
Kate Bush, Hounds of Love.
Oh, wow.
Plot twist.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Yes.
That's the next record we're doing.
Wow.
Okay.
Perfect timing. I've had Kate Bush on the brain almost all day.
Awesome.
Oh my God, that's so random.
I was picking up that vibe you were putting down, buddy.
Apparently.
Did not see that coming.
Wow.
Yes.
Ooh.
Thank you, Sam.
All right.
I have never listened to this album all the way through.
I didn't know if we were going to do spoilers, but I've never listened to this album at all. I know there's a song or two I know, but wow, this is going to be brand new to me. Nor have I ever listened to any Kate Bush album all the way through. I'll just say that.
I might be right there with you, Dan. Yeah.
Right. Well, let it begin.
I would say more about it, but gotta wait.
No, you won't.
Episode.
Oh, that's so unlike you. Nice.
As Jim would say, well, he'll text it to us. Still, don't kid yourself. As Jim would say, it's time to do some homework.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right.
Let's do some homework.
Fun one. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you or listen to you or talk to you soon, I guess.
Something.
We'll listen to you soon, people.
Love you. Bye.
All right. Bye. Please subscribe, rank, and review our show at your favorite local podcast shop and send us a note to wewillrankyoupod@gmail.com. Sam writes about music on the web at yourolderbrother.com, and Adam's stuff is at YERDOIN great.com. If you like our little show, then you'll love all the fun stuff we post on our social media. So follow us at We Will Rank You Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and let us know what your most loved and least favorite songs are.